Hello everyone, I'm DenFit, it's Friday, and welcome to Figure Face Off, the series where I compare teams of figures from my vast collection of roughly equal value to one another. Brand doesn't matter here, as long as they're within the price range of $20 to $30, they're fair game. These figures will be chosen at random and placed into teams of 3, with the winning team being chosen at the end of the video. These figures will be assessed in 3 categories: paint, playability, and preference. So without further ado, let's choose our teams. Alright, so busting out a random name generator. As you guys can see on this wheel, I kind of have a list of every figure that I own in my collection, falling between the price range of $20 to $30. In this list, there's Black Series, Marvel Legends, DC McFarlane, Anime Heroes, you kind of name it. Got some independent stuff too. So let's go ahead and get into it. See who's going to be the first figure on our red team. I had to randomize it and stuff because I have like a million Black Series and only a few McFarlane. Who do we got? Okay, that's a good one. That is the Emperor Palpatine Black Series figure, and okay, that's a good start. Nice. Kind of glad we started well with the Black Series because it's probably the most I have in my collection. I'm kind of hoping we don't get another Black Series for the other team. I might even re-roll if we do. Cool. Okay. So now let's go and see who's going to be competing against on the blue team. Then we have. Who's that? Okay, it's kind of a weird one. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty excited for stuff I was excited for weird matchups like this. That's kind of what the series is about. But yeah, this is the Pokemon Select Moltres figure. Okay, cool. Let's get straight into it. So starting off with the paint category, for our first 2 competitors, I guess before anything, let me go and explain what paint kind of means in this sense. It's more just about actual paints, molds, fabrics, I guess. Basically how the character looks, how well of a job they do at portraying the character it is that they are supposed to be. Like I said, with the first 2 competitors, we have Emperor Palpatine on the red team and then Moltres on the blue team, both representing their respective teams, of course. So let's go ahead and move Moltres out of the way. So starting off with the Black Series, the Archive Black Series figure for Emperor Palpatine. Let's go ahead and take off his little headband, crown. So I guess before anything, let me get this out of the way first. What he kind of comes with, though, his accessories, is just this little cane molded in black. It looks good. There's some indentations and stuff, just to give it some detail. Looks nice. There's some other things you could probably include with Palpatine that'd be better than that, but still, good to have, I guess. Okay, moving on to the man himself, Emperor Palpatine. We have him in his black robe here. We have a lot of detail on the face. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this might be before the when they started implementing photoreal into their Black Series figures. So I think even then, or even knowing that, there's still a lot of detail on them. There's a lot of, you can see the grays and stuff, the kind of the tans, or the oldish tans. You can tell this looks like an old man, I guess with the wrinkles and stuff. Isn't that all Emperor Palpatine is in the end? It's an old dude. It looks good. Underneath the, I guess first things first, we have the robe here. It's really nice fabric. It sits in really well, with the exception of these sleeves. I'm not sure if it's when you pick it up. I don't know. Still, it looks nice. I feel like a more experienced poser could probably do better with this. But yeah, it's the only thing that maybe kind of bugs me. I think the hood fits in really well though, or it sits really well. There's some other figures that I've seen that the hood will be way too oversized or it won't fit well. I think that looks good. Yeah, looks really good. That looks like Palpatine, When I see this, I think of Return of the Jedi right away, him talking to Luke and Vader, and looks great. Anyways, though, with the exception of these sleeves, though, the robe looks great. Underneath his robe, we have mainly just black plastic here for the belt, his shirt. Same thing for the sleeves underneath the robe. Hold on, let me, if I can bust this sucker out. The hands too, I guess, are in that same color as his face is. I don't know what you'd call it, a grayish tan. That makes sense. A lot of detail. Just looking into it, I think there's even indentations. Well, you can kind of see the knuckles and stuff. There's no denying that you can see a bunch of stuff on these hands. Hopefully that's coming out well. I can't really see the recording as I'm doing this, but hopefully it's coming out good. Anyway, so like I was saying, and then underneath the robe, we have the black plastics here. Underneath his little, I guess you call it a dress piece, we have more black plastic. Then again, I don't know what you'd expect otherwise, The boots look really good. They're a really glossy black. So I think that's really nice, especially for a piece of the figure that you're not really going to see that often, or at least not that much of with the robe down. But yeah, good job. They did a good job. I mean, good job. It looks really good. Definitely looks like Palpatine. Very accurate to his portrayal in Return of the Jedi and Empire. Was he in Empire? Dang, I need to rewatch my Star Wars movies. We're just looks like a dork like this. Anyways, getting onto the blue team, we have Moltres here, and of course representing with his belt. Gonna just like rip that sucker off. Yeah. So starting off with Moltres, I guess first things first for his accessories. The one thing he does have is this stand. Actually, it's in a whole bunch of different pieces. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really well articulated and it holds up really well for such a heavy figure like him. Where you can kind of, see, that's the only thing that I don't like though, is that it just kind of snap apart. Sometimes if you're not careful, you can just push it back in. So it's not too big of a deal, I guess. But yeah, this is kind of cool. You get, he has a peg in his back, so you can go ahead and like put it in any which way you'd want. So if you want him like this, you could do that, I guess. The main way to, I guess, really have him, if this thing stops breaking, could be something like this. So yeah, you can get like a lot of like fun poses out of him, I guess, like this. Kind of like whipping him around and stuff. Anyways though, accessories aside, we're supposed to be looking at the paint. We have him molded in a yellow plastic. I believe it's yellow, and I believe the flames are painted on, from what I can tell. We have the reds, the oranges. Looks really good. It does a really good job of making it look like it's flowing, like it's fiery, you know? Like you can tell this is fire, you know? Down here on the feet, they're molded in like an orange plastic. We have like the white tips here. We have his tail here too, molded in that same, or excuse me, painted kind of the same way as the wings here. Same as the little head floof, not really floof, it's just a fire. On the inside of the beak, there's a little bit of paint here, you can tell. Hopefully that comes out well. Like I said, I really can't. Hopefully that's coming out well. There's some pink plastic, I guess. No, sorry, pink paint to make it seem like you can, like he has his tongue there inside his beak. Also looking at his face, we have some painted eyes, which look pretty good. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's Moltres. He has a pretty determined look. Look good. So yeah, this figure is very vibrant, very bright. I love the paint on it. I really love the way the flames look on the back. And don't get me wrong, it's a great looking figure. Like I said, it has a lot going for it. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to compare. When you have Black Series bringing out this level of detail, you have it with its cloth robe. You have even some detail underneath the robe as well. When you have like the wrinkles in his pants and stuff. So if you want to display it without the robe as well, you could do that. But yeah, so I believe I'm going to have to go ahead and give this point to Emperor Palpatine for paint. So switching gears a bit here, we're going to go and start with the playability, the posability category. They kind of go hand in hand, I feel like. So basically just how much fun is it to kind of pick up this character, start playing with him, you know? Start getting him to like all sorts of positions. How fun it is to move him around, I guess. Starting off with Palpatine, just looking at his posability, we have double jointed elbows here. We have pins in the arms here as well. I know a lot of people have kind of like complained about, or I guess they prefer pinless connections. I don't think I mind as much. It's as long as it's molded in the same color of plastic as like the arm or wherever it's attached, I guess. I'm fine with it. So that looks good. Anyways, we got some for his arms. You can go. God, maybe I should take it. Hold on. So taking off his robe now. Damn, he looks naked, doesn't he? Almost like a different character even. Anyways, taking off his robe. Yeah, as I said, you can see the elbows a little bit better here. We do have like a bit of a swivel here at the elbow, no, that's not the elbow. Whatever that is, like the upper arm. We have joints here at the shoulder. Ooh, why is that so stiff? Is that? Hold on now. I think this is blocking it. The top part of the shoulder here is blocking. Why can that? I swear I thought he had like more motion than that. Anyways, now you can kind of go all the way around with it. This one's, sorry. I don't know why it's just bugging me. I could have sworn that I thought you could like full on. I guess you can still get that range of motion if you kind of shift that part up and then like that. I guess you want to have him looking like he's like doing the disco or something. Anyways though, that aside, we also have, I believe it's a ball for the head. Down here in the legs, got double pin connection as well. Kick pretty far back. The joints are really stiff. I'm not sure if it's because like I've had these figures sitting on my shelf for a while and I've like dust get into the joints or something. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think that's about the range of motion you can get. I can't go all the way back. Forward doesn't go forward very much. We got a pin at the I believe it's a pin at the shoe. Yeah, you can get that much range of motion. You can go ahead and rotate the leg right here. Yeah, got a bit of a twist here at the waist. Yeah, so you can do a lot with this figure. So starting off with Moltres, we have a ball at the head, we have a hinge right here in the lower neck, and then a pin right here in the upper neck. So you can kind of get a lot of poses. Yeah, I believe there's actually a swivel here too. So you can go ahead and like move the segment around if you want to have it looking backwards. I think you can get like some fun positions out of this. Anyways, here looking down at the leg, we have hinges here. We have pin connections, 2 of them right here in the upper leg and the lower leg. So you can get a lot of poses out of this. Like right here, the little, what you call it, like the ankle bit of him. We have pins here in the toes, so you can go ahead and get a lot of, I guess, fun positions if you want to have like something, or have Moltres grabbing something. Yeah, for the wings, we have pins here, we have a hinge here, and then we have a ball where it connects right here to the body. So like I said, like the hinge, you can kind of move it forward, you can move it back. The ball, you kind of, yeah, get this in any which position you want, which is pretty cool. You want to have it like looking something like this, have it flying downwards like this, move the head. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with this figure. Coming around to the tail, it looks like it's a ball here as well, so you can kind of have it go all the way around, which is pretty cool. The only thing that I kind of wish was that Moltres had maybe like something here in his beak to be able to close it. It's like the one thing I kind of, I don't say dislike, I'm not gonna say he's gonna like take off points or anything, or yeah, just, I don't know, a little critique, I guess. That aside, I will admit that Moltres, at least for me, is a bit more fun for me to be able to pick up, kind of pose around, like I said, play around with, have him in these flight positions, kind of move his wings around, have it look like he's flapping, especially with the stand that he comes with. I think there's something like really fun about having this, and the fact that it's articulated as well, so you can kind of have it up higher, lower, get him in any which position you want. If you have, I don't know, like a smaller figure, a smaller piece or something, you can have him like grab something as well. There's him taking Palpatine's cane. Oh, like I said, there's him. Hold on, there we go. Taking Palpatine's cane. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this figure that you can't really do with other humanoid figures, I guess, like with Palpatine, which I guess is obvious, you know? But yeah, so in my personal opinion, I think Moltres is gonna have to take this point. So all in all, they're both great figures. They definitely have their pros and their cons. Like I said, Moltres is a lot more fun to kind of pick up and play around with, while Palpatine is definitely more detailed when it comes to his like Sith robe, his wrinkly face. And yeah, so when it comes to preference, this is basically what character I like better, what figure I like better. Yeah, and so knowing that, I guess, and knowing that, well, Star Wars is my like most favorite franchise like of all time, I think I'm a little bit more inclined to give it to Palpatine just because he's like he is the main villain of the Star Wars franchise, you know? He is the big bad. You can't have a Star Wars collection without Palpatine. That being said, though, I will admit that this figure does have its faults. I will admit, I'm not sure if it's just mine or not, but the face isn't as accurate, I guess, when I don't know. There are some small things, I guess. There are some accessories that I wish that would have been included for this figure that were included for other figures. Little things like that. And see, again, knowing all that, though, if it were any other bird other than Moltres, because Moltres is my least favorite of the bird trio, if it was Articuno or Zapdos, I might be a little bit more inclined to give it to the bird, you know? But yeah, like I said, this is kind of a tough pick for me, but I think I am going to have to go with Emperor Palpatine, having this one. Having said that, Palpatine now has 2 points over Moltres' 1, making him the winner of our first round. Alright, so back at our random name generator, let's go ahead and see who's going to be the second member of the red team alongside Emperor Palpatine. I don't even know who I wanted. Honestly, preferably not another Black Series, I guess? It's the only kind of thing I'm hoping for. Okay, just because it's Black Series, I'm gonna skip it. Because I really want to keep from like having too many of like the same figure on the same team. So I don't want to have a bunch of Black Series, a bunch of anime heroes, a bunch of Marvel Legends. So just for now, I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. Then hopefully this time we get another, or maybe I should just put on blue. That's fine. Let's see. Okay. That's the Marvel Legends Jack-O-Lantern figure. Yeah, he's gonna be the second member along with Palpatine on the red team. Let's see who we get. Hopefully just not another Black Series, because I feel like I have a bunch of these on this. Okay, that works. A DC McFarlane figure. This is Supergirl, the Injustice version from the 3-pack. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into these. Alright, so starting off round 2, for the paint category, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Jack-O-Lantern on the red team and Supergirl from Injustice on the blue team. Yeah, I'm going to start with Jack-O-Lantern, move her over. Yeah, like I said, paint in this context is more about just like appearance, kind of like the texture on the costume, the detail. I'm also kind of grouping in accessories with paint, just kind of how it looks, because like how it looks like being posed with this or holding on to certain something, little stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, so starting off with Jack-o'-lantern, like I just showed, we have his little like hoverboard thing, just kind of molded, excuse me, in this like gold plastic. Looks pretty nice. I know you can also take off this little portion if I can. There you go. You can take off this portion, and I believe it makes it easier to stand the figure on the board. I know even back when I would put it on and like try displaying it like that, it wouldn't really. Oh, oh, never mind. But yeah, so I guess if you don't have a stand, it's kind of a neat way to kind of make it pop on your shelf to make it look like it's still writing something, even though he's not really. He's kind of down. Anyways, for accessories, he also does have this little pumpkin bomb. And so before I forget, which I almost did, he also actually comes with these alternate hands as well, with just a couple of closed fists. And then, so taking a look at the actual figure, yeah, starting off with the head, this is like my favorite part of the figure. I love like I don't say the goofy look of certain characters, but yeah, just like it's to do with the pumpkin for head, you can't really like, look how serious he looks with his like raised eyebrow look and with his mouth, you know what I mean? No, this is just a goofy looking like comic book character, and I love that, It's not super like detailed, super accurate, super human looking character, but no, he looks great. Actually, there's a lot of texture even like on the pumpkin and stuff. With the flame effects here, we have a bit like of a translucent, is that the right word? Plastic here. It looks pretty good. It makes it look like his head is on fire, which is cool, which is, I feel like pretty hard for plastic. Honestly, even this looks even better than the Moltres that we just looked at right now. Anyways, on top of that, kind of going down the body, we have his little, I guess it's like a bodysuit underneath, and like chainmail armor is what it looks like above it. It has some kind of a weird position to show this off. But yeah, he has this like chainmail armor texture to it that looks really nice. His on his like chest here, his like lower regions and stuff. We also have the gloves, which they have a lot of detail in them too. You can kind of see like the wrinkles and all. Gives it the impression that like, no, it is like an actual glove being worn above the bodysuit, especially with the kind of, if that makes, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like the overlap, you can kind of see that. I don't know. You can kind of make out what they're trying to go with, I guess, where they're showing it like over the bodysuit. Same thing with the boots here, where we have this like molded plastic right here, kind of giving off the impression that the suit's going into the boot. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, he's a goofy looking comic book character. You can't really go wrong with him. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention the belt. The belt is cool. The pumpkin bombs aren't super detailed or anything. Well, the cool thing about this, I guess, the one that comes with it, you can kind of attach it here to make it look like it's part of the belt. There you go. Because the other ones don't come off, but this one does. It does have this weird little gap here that the other ones don't have, but I don't mind it too much. Yeah, but still looking at appearance, so that's, I guess, like a minor fault, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, like I said, all in all, great looking figure. So switching gears a little bit here, we're going to be taking a look at the Supergirl from the Injustice to DC McFarlane 3-pack. Yeah, and the accessories she comes with. See, I don't know if you want to count like all the accessories from the 3-pack or kind of just what she comes with, I guess. But yeah, we have a stand, first of all. We have, well, as per like DC McFarlane like standards, I feel like they always do that. We have her little, I guess like her character card. Yeah, something else that DC McFarlane does a lot. Love it or hate it, it comes with it. Has a little bit of info back here. The art looks nice. I don't exactly know what comic this is from. She's holding Green Arrow's arrows, so that's something. And okay, so I don't know if you should include this in the 3-pack. Well, let me get you out of the way. I don't know if you'd include this in the 3-pack or not, or like on in her segment of the video, but still, like, I really feel like I should mention this. In the 3-pack, you kind of get this big. Really, it's just like a photo of Batman doing his thing. Yeah, I don't know if you'd count that as an accessory. Again, just I don't want to miss anything. Going back to actual accessories, though, I guess she does come with these, I guess, more neutral hands, as opposed to the fist that she has right now on. But yeah, taking a look at the actual figure, starting off with the head. Okay, so personally, I don't know. I don't know what it is. DC McFarlane, they kind of, they're hit or miss, excuse me, with their like face prints. But and like even then, this isn't bad. Okay, it looks well enough to know that it's Kara. But at the same time, I don't know what it is about the hair. I have no idea. Okay. I don't know if it's just I got my hopes too high from playing the Injustice 2 games that I'm just like, yeah, it should not look like this. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the wash they used or what. But this just, I don't know. It's something about this hair just kind of like tells me like this is wrong. It is ugly. It's I don't know. Okay, maybe not ugly. But yeah, just kind of getting that out of the way because the rest of the figure, it looks great. Looking at the crest or the shield, I guess. I'm trying to like get it to focus a little bit better. Is that good? Can y'all? Oh, yeah. Looking at the shield, that looks good. She does have. Well, I guess I feel like DC McFarlane is really good about texturing their suits. So yeah, you can kind of see like the texture all over here. They really. I don't know if MCUified is right for this, but yeah, there's a bunch of like broken up segments. There's this like I don't know what you'd call it. This like that's not so dumb. The like little bumpy texture here. Same thing here. There's a lot of like there's a lot going on, I guess. Like here, this is like a smoother plastic. This here is more like rigid. You do have a lot of like plastic on top of plastic, I guess, to kind of give it that depth. Not sure how much this matters. Me personally, I don't mind it too much. But yeah, you can see some of the pins in the leg here. I just realized in the arms as well. Yeah, again, not a huge deal for me. But at the same time, I still think I should mention it. The one that does kind of bother me a little bit are the pins in the toe right here. So, yeah, the pins like right here in the toe because I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but they're like a darker plastic. You can like definitely see them far more than these bluer, like the painted ones up here, these tan ones up here. But yeah, anyway, switching around, I guess. Taking a look at the cape, it looks pretty good. Plastic cape, which I don't really mind too much either. I've seen them like switching into like wired capes recently, and those look great. This is okay. Even if you want to get into like a flight position or something, it flows well enough. You know, it's not going to like one to the right side, to the left side. Yeah, this is pretty a neutral look, I guess, which I really like. But yeah, all in all, I guess great figure too. And like, okay, so don't get me wrong, this is a great figure, you know, like I'm not gonna say otherwise. But at the same time, I think it's the hair that ruins it the most for me. Maybe because I played the Injustice 2 games, and to me it just doesn't look. I don't know. Maybe it's just my own personal bias, my headcanon. I don't know. Here, on the other hand, I guess I don't have like the greatest attachment to this character. But at the same time, I can look at this and just be like, yeah, that's a fun looking character. That's a great looking character, you know. Again, kind of dorky, kind of goofy. And I promise this is no. I'm not saying this just because it's close to Halloween, but I really do like this figure. I feel like the green really pops on your shelf. Well, the greens and the oranges. His flaming head, his like again, I keep saying it, but his goofy looking smile and stuff, goofy looking face. There is a lot of like good texture and all on the jack-o'-lantern. Texture here on the body. Maybe not as textured and as detailed, I guess, as the Supergirl, because no, they kind of go almost where it's overboard. But see, is that accurate though? Is the thing. But yeah, so again, me personally, I think I'm gonna have to go with Jack-o'-lantern just for this. And see, on top of that, okay, just to argue my point just a little bit more, you do get like better accessories, I guess, for this figure as well. He has a little hoverboard. You can have him if you have like a stand or something. You can go and like display him like as if he's flying. Maybe not like that, you know. You have alternate hand. Well, of course, she has alternate hands as well. You guys like pumpkin bomb and stuff, which of course I guess you can't really give to her. But again, we're arguing appearance here, you know. So like, there's a lot going on. Whoa, a lot going on with this figure, and that is why I think Jack-o'-lantern from the red team is going to take this point. So starting off the posability / playability segment of this portion of the video, starting off with Jack-o'-lantern, we do have a ball at the head, so you can kind of go all the way around. He doesn't get a lot of up or down, just because the little scarf piece here kind of blocks it. For the abdomen, we do have a hinge, so you can go this much forward, not a lot, this much back, also, well, better than forward. Looking at the arm here, at the elbow, we have a single pin, or a pin connection here, or hinge, I guess, kind of going forward and back. Here we have a swivel up top. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I think it's just a hinge. I think it's a hinge that leads into a swivel here. But it can also go back and forth. Is that a ball? I don't know. It's kind of stiff. But yeah, you do have a bit of stuff going on with the arm here. I believe it's a hinge going into swivel, but I could be wrong. On top of that, though, we do have swivel at the thighs. Kind of go this way and this way. Leg, we have a single jointed knee as well. Yeah, looks good. Again, you don't get a lot of range of motion out of this guy. But there we go. Okay, you can kind of get into kickback quite a bit. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Supergirl now. Okay, so starting off with Supergirl. Here at the head, we have a ball as well. Here, I think it's the hair that kind of blocks it because you really can't look up all that much. Actually, I'm holding at the figure, I guess, straight up. Yeah, it doesn't look up all that much. Doesn't look down that much either. And I'm wondering, is that the hair too? I don't know what it is there that's blocking. But yeah, looking at the chest, I believe it's a double ball because look, we have a bunch of range of motion right up top here at the chest. Then at the bottom, there's like a little segment here, if that makes sense, at her stomach. She also has motion here as well. So you can kind of really contort her body in some funny ways. That's pretty cool. Yeah, for the elbows, again, like I said, not, how do I say it, that you do see the pins, but it is a double jointed elbow, excuse me. Yeah, at the shoulders, we have a hinge here. The shoulder pad kind of blocks a little bit, but yeah, you can get some good range of motion here. Oh, I really forgot to mention the wrist on Jack-O-Lantern. But yeah, here we have I think it's a ball going to hinge here for Supergirl. For Jack-O-Lantern, we just have a hinge here and then a ball at the bottom. So you can kind of get it all the way around. The hinge going up, back and forth like this. Same thing on the other hand, obviously. Anyway, sorry. Going back to Supergirl. It's the same thing. Yeah, looking at both hands, kind of the same. Hinge, ball. Here at the thigh, we don't have a swivel actually, yeah. What is this? I believe it's a hinge going like right here. Kind of get like some up and down. For the knee, we have double jointed knees. So you can kind of, oh, you get a lot of range of motion. There you go. That's pretty cool. For the foot, we have, I believe it's a swivel. Is that a ball? No, I think it's a ball. And then here as well, also, if I ever get anything wrong, feel free to correct me down in the comments below. Yeah, because I know I'm definitely going to make mistakes. And yeah, looking at the foot, we also have a hinge here for the toe. So that's pretty cool. I don't know why you'd want to have her like this, but I guess you're like having her kick something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so all in all, I feel like it's kind of clear here who is the winner. When it comes to posability, when it comes to playability, busting out this figure, posing them around and all, I feel like Jack-O-Lantern doesn't hold the candle to her. As much as I feel like Jack-O-Lantern had the better paint, yeah, there's a lot more you can do with this figure. Like I said, there's a lot you can like have her kind of fly this way if you want to. You get like the arms and stuff, and even with the shoulder pads, even with the hair kind of in the way and stuff, I think it's the double jointed elbows and the knees that really give her the advantage over Jack-O-Lantern. Because yeah, I feel like there's just a lot more you can do with her. Yeah, so all in all, this point is going to go to Supergirl. So now going into our final category being preference. This was kind of hard for me because Jack-O-Lantern here on one side, he's a really goofy looking character. He has a lot of stuff to work with when it comes to like accessories. He's just a cool looking figure, a fun looking, yeah, I feel like he really pops on your Marvel Legends shelf if you have him. But at the same time, he's not a very, how do I say, he's not really like a household name. He's not a very popular character. When you go up to someone and be like, hey, is your favorite Marvel character? Like, give me your like top 50 Marvel characters or something. I doubt Jack-O-Lantern's gonna be in there, you know? But yeah, he looks cool. And then on the other hand, I guess, we have Supergirl, and I really like the Injustice comic book line. I know it has some issues and stuff. Some dumb, I guess, plot-induced stupidity moments and all. But yeah, they're pretty fun to read. The game's really fun. I played Injustice 1 and 2. I was a bigger fan of 2, I think. I didn't exactly main this character, Supergirl, in the game either, so I guess I'm maybe not like that much of an attachment to her. But at the same time, she does encapsulate that look pretty well, with the exception of like maybe the hair. Again, I keep going on the hair, but there he goes. Yeah, but I keep going on and on with the hair. Yeah, but aside from that though, like the look of the character is still great. The posability is awesome. But yeah, and I think I really am gonna have to give it to her, just because again, I do know her a little bit more. I feel like everyone knows Supergirl at least a little bit more. Okay, yeah, ask that same question. Top 50 like DC characters. Dropping everyone today. Top 50 DC characters. I feel like at least like 1-2 people are gonna be like, okay, like Supergirl's maybe not super high up top, you know, but she's there. Injustice 2 especially had she had a bigger role in Injustice 2 as well, kind of being vital to like helping to stop Superman. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not gonna go into like the whole plot of the game and all, but yeah. So I really do think I'm gonna have to go with Supergirl. So for this round, Supergirl is going to take it. Who is this? Okay. That is the Black Series K2SO figure. I guess I'm fine with that. We're gonna have multiple Black Series in these teams, but yeah, like it's not on the same team, so it's fine, you know? K2SO is gonna be the second member of our blue team. Alright, so choosing the final member of our red team, alongside Emperor Palpatine and Jack-O-Lantern, let's go ahead and see who we get. Hopefully we kind of keep the same status quo of like having nothing but villains on this team. That'd be kind of cool. But let us see. Hopefully it's just not another Black Series. They have a bunch of those. Okay, another, I don't know if you'd call him a villain at this point, but this is Gaara from the Anime Heroes line. So starting off the final round, we have Gaara from Naruto Shippuden, part of the Anime Heroes line, versus K2SO from the Star Wars Black Series line. Kind of a weird matchup, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with Gaara, in the paint, or I guess appearance category. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be honest, he has like a million hands. I don't want to pull them all out. here, just take a look for yourself with just this picture, to see how many he has. On top of that, I guess for accessories, he has his sand gourd here. Just a peg that kind of fits into his back. He also has this neat little like sand piece, I guess, if he's about to start using his ability. Yeah, and then on top of that, okay, yeah, so I said I can take out like the millions of hands, but yeah, I guess just looking at these first two hands, he has this here where he can like peg or has a peg for the, no, it has a hole for the peg for the sand. Yes. On top of that, he just has another open hand. Yeah, and okay, so starting off with the appearance, he looks pretty good, pretty accurate. Anime Heroes, I will admit, is not, I guess, like the best when it comes to like super detailed characters. Like they're well enough, you know. Like if I show this to someone, they'll be like, "Oh, that's Gaara." Well, if they know Naruto first, I guess. But yeah, you like know that this is Gaara. Yeah, it's just a bunch of like it's red plastic basically. It has this little like chest piece here. It's kind of molded over it. Big hole in his back because of the sand gourd. Which again, the sand gourd does look nice and all. It's just a bunch of like stuff. Actually, even these cracks I think are painted. Hold on now. Sorry, I was just looking into... No, there's texture there. But yeah, whoa, it's hollow though. But yeah, like I said, it's a bunch of like red plastic. This like molded, what'd you call it, like a purple plastic over it for that little chest piece. He has his red little like skirt piece, I guess, like a leathery kind of plastic. Yeah, underneath we have his, what'd you call this? I guess like his black grayish pants with like purple, how would you call these, like bands and stuff? I guess maybe for like his ninja tools, who knows what. Actually at this point, isn't he like the Hokage? Is he still, really not like a lot going on here, I guess. And again, they have like little bits of details, like you can tell that they're trying to go for something. And again, it's not like in the anime, you don't really see a lot of his legs to begin with. But yeah, they make the best of what they have, I guess. And I keep taking off this foot. It's happened twice now. Yeah, for the foot, speaking of, he's got his sandals. Yeah, he has like some not painted, like molded toenails, I guess you could say. Okay, I have no idea how to show that. You know what, that's fine. Yeah, he has like his little toenails. Hopefully that's like zooming in, kind of see that. Yeah, that's Gaara. Looks as good as an Anime Heroes figure should. Switching over to K2SO from the Star Wars Black Series line. Damn, he's already doing it for me. He just took off his little, what'd you call it? It's like this Miss Universe band thing on his chest. Anyways, yeah, looking at the actual figure, this one actually, I had to look back into it, but he didn't come with any accessories. This was from the black box from like, I don't know the year, but it was forever ago, so I'm just gonna put the year here. Yeah, this is like an older figure. I know they've done some like, I think right now they're even doing like an archive version of him. They have like a new version, I guess, from the Andor show that's coming out. But yeah, anyway, so all I'm saying is that there's no accessories, sorry. So I guess looking at the actual figure now, it's just a bunch of black paint, but there are definitely some like little scuffs and marks to make it look like he's more worn out, I guess. I really hope you can see that. I don't know, I have my camera settings kind of weird right now. Yeah, he has like some scuffs. He has a little Empire insignia right here. I'm hoping it looks blurry on mine. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. The little Empire insignia there on this arm as well. He has some little like, I guess bands for detail here too. Sorry, I moved for like a second and like immediately gets out of focus. Anyways, he has some like molded bits back here. So you see like a bunch of black indentations here. He has a couple little antennae here, if you can see those. Looking around here, he has like some, I guess like some orange accents, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember from Rogue One, but I guess you don't really like pay too much attention to that. Yeah, I will admit, I guess paint-wise, there's not a lot going on. Oh no, see, because that's a lie as well, because then you see his little like bits and bobs that he has on his chest, like these like lights and buttons. He has like molded bits as well. Here too in the like mid section, he has, what would you call that? I don't even know what that is. There's like I don't know, that looks cool. Whatever that is, it looks cool. Wow, you guys came for like some stellar reviewing, didn't you? Anyways, he has like more molded bits. Hold on. Molded plastic here. Something I'm realizing actually for the legs is that I don't know if that's, I don't know, I guess I need to look at the actual picture of K2SO. But this here, I think, yeah, there's like clear plastic in here. Or is it just a hole? It's just a hole. Yeah, is that accurate? I don't even know. It's just a hole like in that joint there, I guess, like a hollow circle. That's weird. Yeah. And then over here, actually, for the shoe, or for the ankle, excuse me, it looks like they tried doing the same thing, but here there actually is plastic. But you can still see through his ankle. I guess that's accurate. I don't know why. That's weird. I had never noticed that. It's crazy. Anyways, yeah, he has these like robotic looking legs. Yeah, he looks good. I just realized I didn't look at the head, But yeah, the face looks pretty good. It's not like he has any like facial features really. He just has his like eyes and like his little, what would you call those? Like his little like mouth bit areas. Yeah, I really don't know how to. It looks cool though. He has like some detail here. It's a bunch of like molded plastic, really. Not a lot of paint going on. Again, with the exception of like the eyes and stuff. But yeah, I will definitely say though, just because of the amount of detail, like the little bits and again, like I feel like it's a lot. It's not a lot when you first look at the figures. Like, oh yeah, it's just a black like droid or whatever. And then you actually take a closer look and stuff, and you see his like detail right here in his arm, a little emblem. On the back, you have some stuff. On the front, again, I have no idea what this is, but I like it. The orange accents and all. Yeah, I feel like there's more to this figure than meets the eye. I definitely want to give the paint category point to K2SO. Okay, then switching over to posability or playability. Yeah, let's go and start off with K2SO. Just to kind of like mix things up a little bit, start off the blue team. Yeah, he does have, I believe it's a ball here. And his neck is so scrawny that you can kind of like get all sorts of motion here. You can look up, backwards, around. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Looking at his arms, I believe it's a hinge here. Actually, let me check that. Yeah, it's a hinge here. We have a swivel right here. We have a bend here, single joint. Yeah, you actually do still get pretty far up and back, actually. I don't really want that, but you can do that too. For the wrist, we have a hinge going forward, back, and a swivel here at the wrist. Yeah, same thing for, actually, hold on, starting off with the torso. Actually, there's no, is there a torso? I don't think there's any part of it. Like, it feels like it wants to give, but I'm not sure something's stopping it. I don't think there's any, again, comment if I'm wrong, please. I don't think there's any articulation here in the chest. Like in the chest, like the abdomen region. It's just one big hunk of plastic. Because it feels like it wants to, you know? But I don't know. I wouldn't like break this figure. I don't know. Anyways, going to the legs, we have a, actually, what is it? I believe it's a ball? That's not a hinge. I believe it's a ball here at the ankle. Or sorry, excuse me, the thigh. I don't know human anatomy. It's a robot, I guess. Anyways, yeah, for the knee, we have a hinge here. You do get a lot of range. Forward, back. You get more forward than back, which is kind of weird. Well, do you? Anyways, for the ankle here, it's kind of the same thing. You got a hinge. Do that if you want to. Nothing on the foot, it looks like. No, not even going that way. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot you can really do with this figure. A lot of like fun poses you can get him into, especially with the way he like slaps around Cassian, or like I guess even like stormtroopers and stuff in the movies. Yeah, he's really like long and lanky dude, you know, so that's pretty cool. With a figure like this, you kind of want him to be able to move around a bunch, which I think he does pretty well. Anyways, switching over to Gara now for posability / playability. I just kind of kept his sandboard off because I didn't, so we don't have to get in the way. But yeah, for head, we got a what's it called, a ball. He can't really look up that well because of his hair piece in the back, kind of gets in the way. Can look forward. Actually, I don't think he has a hinge here. I think it's just a ball. Yeah, so he can do that. Here at the shoulder, we have a, actually, I think we have a ball here leading into a hinge, it looks like. Ball and then hinge, so you can get a lot of possibility out of this guy. Something I will say about anime heroes, they may not always look the prettiest, but there is definitely a lot going on with it, if that makes sense, like when it comes to posability and playability. Like, I feel like their figures are more made for, like, picking up and, like, just messing around with, you know? Yeah, and actually I just realized you have double-jointed elbows, so you can see them, though. It's the only bad thing. Yeah, I didn't mention in the paint area, paint category, excuse me. But anyways, yeah, so you have double jointed elbows. Here at the feet, this foot keeps popping off. It's really annoying me. Sorry, anyways, oh no, you know what? See, I can't take off this skirt piece to show you the underside of his legs, but I believe it's a hinge leading into a ball. Hinge and a ball. You really can't see that. Just having Gara flash you. Anyways, double jointed here, knee. Here at the, oh, I think we have a swivel here as well. Yeah, we got a swivel here at the thigh. Here at the foot, actually, all we have at the foot is a ball. It doesn't look like it goes up or down at all. We can just go in and rotate that sucker. It keeps, yeah, it has a ball that you could, you hadn't already noticed by now. But yeah, okay, so maybe it's just a me thing. Well, no, because I feel like a lot of anime heroes figures are like this. But yeah, a lot of their joints and all, or like their feet, hands and stuff kind of pop off kind of easily. This figure is fun to mess around with. And look, see, I guess with like it is kind of ugly, but the gaps here and stuff make it so that you can kind of like move stuff around a bit more and like really mess around with it and all. Like the arm and stuff, the leg. Yeah, but I will admit though, I think it's far more fun just picking up this figure and just kind of like messing with it. This is a big figure. It's a fun figure. It's lanky. It's tall. It's just messing around with it. You see this and right away you're just like, okay, like there's like a, especially like maybe it's the way he fights as well. Maybe it's a little bit of my personal preference when it comes to Rogue One. But yeah, you see this figure, you're just like, okay, this is fun. Like let me take him on my shelf, kind of like mess around with him a little bit, pose him around and stuff. The way he moves is really satisfying, I feel like. And I don't know if like you can quite understand unless you actually have the figure in front of you as well. But it's just a fun figure to like pick up and grab. So I think for that, I'm going to give this category, this category point, excuse me, to K2SO. So as it stands right now, K2SO, dang, look at that height difference. Anyways, so I was just looking at the camera. Yeah, it's wild. Anyways, as it stands right now, K2SO has basically already won his like round. But just for the fun of it, I'm just gonna go into preference a little bit. Yeah, so I really like both of these figures. I wouldn't have them in my collection if I didn't like these figures. Again, Anime Heroes definitely has its flaws and all. And they make some good figures, you know. They're pretty fun to mess around with, to play with. You can kind of like see what they're going for. Like if you can tell it's the character that they're trying to portray, they did a pretty good job, you know, which I think they do with Gara. But at the same time, like I said, I feel like there's always that but. But yeah, K2SO, I'm sorry. Even for the year that this figure came out in, it still looks great. I feel like it really holds up. Even without like a lot of paint. Like I said, it's just like the accent stuff that really make it pop, I feel like. The articulation, although sort of limited in some areas. Again, we're talking like single jointed elbows and all. But it's for a droid, you know, and you can like I said, it's tall and lanky, and it's so much fun to kind of like play around with, mess around with. He looks great on the shelf. He's rather imposing, and you just saw that height difference there. Even compared to other Black Series figures, you just kind of like, you see him towering over other figures and all. And again, I guess because we're going into preference, I will admit that K2SO is just such a fun droid to watch on screen for Rogue One. That's why I'm really excited for Andor to come out. Yeah, like you see him, he's a bit of a lovable dork, I guess. And I feel like I use that word a lot. But yeah, like the jokes he makes and stuff, I guess his chemistry with Andor and stuff, he's always fun to watch. So yeah, I guess if it wasn't already obvious, K2SO is also going to win this round. But yeah, so I guess going ahead, excuse me, and ending off this video, did you agree with my takes? Go ahead and leave in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know, correct me, if I got anything wrong. I probably did, especially with like the joints and stuff and being like, this is a pin, this is a, you know. Yeah, go ahead and correct me. What figures do you like best? Do you have these guys in your collection? Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. This is DenFed signing out. Bye, fams.